Hey everyone, this is Dan with Sydney's Angels, and this week I'm just going to give you an update on everything I got going on. We're in the basement right now, so this is including all the breeding tanks and the 3 aquascapes I have upstairs, plus the saltwater tank. So I'm going to show you every tank. Stay tuned, we'll run through all these tanks. This is my newest tank. This is a Marineland 93 gallon cube, I believe. This was given to me by my friend Paul. Paul, if you're watching this, thank you so much, dude. I love it. He moved into a house, and the previous homeowners left this tank and everything with it. So he asked me if I wanted it, and of course I'm gonna say yes. So it came with everything you see but the sand. I bought the sand new. All the live rock came with it. I guess I bought these 3 purple rocks and I glued them together. It came with all the pumps. There's 2 wave makers and then a big pump in there that I'm not even running right now. In here I just have 2 clownfish and 1 royal grandma, Clarice, wherever she is. She's hiding right now probably, but it's that purple and yellow fish that I really love. My saltwater experience so far has been going really well. All my coral is actually closed up for the night because it's past 10 o'clock, so my light cycle is off. But I have some green star polyps, some xenia, which is closed up, and I have 2 zoas. I've got that one there, and I've got another one there, but they're all closed up. So far though, with the corals, they're going really well. Everything's growing really nicely. Everything's been really stable. I just had some diatom algae, and that seems to have passed, and now things looking really clean again. It fits really nice in this section of my house. This is in the family room right next to our TV. Underneath we have a sump filter. So yeah, we got a sump filter that came with it. All these pumps came with it. Titanium heater, auto top off system that's really nice. So that, if you guys don't know what that is, that tops off the water when it evaporates so that your salinity doesn't ever change, because when water evaporates from a saltwater tank, it leaves the salt behind. So if pure water keeps evaporating and it always leaves the salt behind, you'll end up with too salty of water, basically. It's set up to run a refugium if I want. Right now I just have some foam in there. Yeah, I'm a total noob when it comes to saltwater, but I'm loving it so far, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. I was a little intimidated to start, but I gotta say it hasn't been that bad. I've just been doing a lot of research online. So I'm sure I'll make a ton of mistakes along the way, just like I do with freshwater, but I'm human, that's how I learn. So the first tank in this office is a 60p or 16 gallon tank from Waterbox. Waterbox makes really good quality stuff. They're made in America. Very fair prices, I think, for the quality. So this tank had some major algae drama, and through some aggressive water changes and algae treatments, it is really bouncing back nicely. So I've just got a ton of cherry shrimp in here, and that's pretty much it. 1 autocinclus, a couple Nairite snails, and that's all I really got going on in here right now. So this tank doesn't look like its best right now. It is supposed to be a classic Iwagumi style with 5 stones. Those are elephant skin stones. Love those stones. Just running some CO2 and just a good old-fashioned aqua clear on the back. And we got some immersed growth. This is a wandering dude. Growing really well. It's growing down the side too. So currently giving this tank some APT 2-hour Aquarius fertilizer. This is the stuff without nitrates in it. You know, obviously I have some snails in here. I don't really care about that. It's totally doesn't bother me at all. But from back here, there's a good looking tank. The other tank in the office, directly on the other side of this tank, is my 45p 10 gallon water box aquascape. This is going to be getting rescaped soon. whenever I get all the plants that I need. Right now it's just a standard layout. You've probably seen this tank before if you follow me for a little while now. It's just a bunch of stem plants, some Monte Carlo in the front, and some Sterigine repens in the front. This tank also had some major algae problems, and honestly just neglect. Both these tanks, I got really busy and both of these tanks just suffered from neglect. So we're kind of bouncing back from that. I mean, you can see I've got some really healthy plant growth now. So I think we're past that. Yeah, you can see it. Everything's looking pretty decent. Got my L Tiger Endler guppies in here. And yeah, I was loving this tank. But just trying to get it to grow nicely for the next month or so until I rescape it. I've got some really nice pieces of driftwood. I'm going to do a nature style scape in here. But for now, that's what this one looks like. My 90-gallon Aquascapes looking pretty good. The carpet of Helanthrium tenellum really grew in nicely. I mean, it's really thick. Yeah, this is more of a wild style tank. You can see it's just packed with rainbow fish right now. And we got a little bit of everything in here. I am going to be sorting these fish out. A lot of these fish, rainbow fish, will be going into my rainbow fish aquascape I'll be setting up on this channel. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned for that. That should be a lot of fun. It's not going to be a biotope, but it's going to be like a riverscape, and I think it's going to look really cool. But yeah, I've got some beautiful Bosemani rainbow fish in here. You see this guy's nice and dark blue. And this is at 10:30 at night, so they're not going to be as colored up as they normally are in the morning. All these small rainbow fish in here were hatched from eggs that my friend Steve gave me when I first met him. Got some really... So these are the Blythe River, Melitania Blythe River. This is the Myrissae, Melitania Myrissae. That dominant male is not really colored up right now, but when he's colored up, man, he is on fire. Oh, that's the dominant male right there. He is a work of art. Where did he go? Is that him right there? I think so. That guy gets like bright red in the morning when I'm having my coffee. And I'll tell you what, until you see that in person, it's hard to explain how beautiful that is. But, you know, every rainbow fish on the top of their head, they do this glowing phenomenon that's really cool when they're sparring and they're attracting a mate. And that guy, man, he turns bright red. So yeah, I've got some Blythe River, I've got some Myrissae, some Williams Creek from Marcel that I bought from him. I didn't raise these, but those are Williams Creek. Those really haven't colored up yet. I mean, they're starting to. Yeah, there's a nice video of the Myrissae right there. Nothing like what they look like in the morning though, man. They are cool in the morning. Got a Blair Eye rainbow fish in the back. My friend Steve gave me 1 male and 2 females. Really loving those guys. Those are awesome fish. So I have spawned a bunch from that trio. And yeah, we've got some other fish in here. These blue gouramis catch everyone's eye. They're like the bluest fish I have. They're just like a beautiful color. I have spawned these. I wish I would have made a video on it, but I just didn't think it was going to happen, and it did. So that was kind of a cool experience. But I have some babies of these down in the basement. Some fish, some rummy nose tetras in here that I'd like to spawn. I've got some cardinal tetras in here that I'd like to spawn. I'm going to try to be breeding a lot more egg scattering fish on this channel because I think that's kind of a niche that I can get into that I think a lot of people would be interested in watching, you know? But yeah, really happy with how this tank's growing in. I'm going to add a lot more plants to it. I'm going to add some more reds. Going to kind of diversify this area over here. Get some more plants in there. I am, all 3 of these tanks up here are running pressurized CO2. But yeah, another, actually, believe it or not, low maintenance tank. All these plants are low maintenance. So very easy tank to take care of and very natural looking, very beautiful. I bred these white clouds in a previous video I made. Very easy to do. One of the easiest fish to breed when you're talking about egg scattering fish. And you can see that they're doing great. I'm just raising them in my super hard tap water. They don't seem to mind. So very, very easy fish, very beautiful fish. I've got a bunch of them on my website if you're interested. The next tank over is my colony of 1997 Kumano Endler guppies. I recently did a giveaway and these are going to a lucky winner, so I'll probably keep one or two just to keep the line going, but I'm going to send him the whole colony. Hopefully he likes them. He seems very excited already. See, we got some babies in here too. They're not breeding true. There is a snakeskin pattern right here on this guy that's not supposed to be there, so we'll have to breed that out of the line. We'll have to work on that line. One of the reasons I kind of wanted to get rid of this line was I just wasn't really feeling it. It's okay not to be into every single fish, you know? And if you're not interested in them, I think giving them to someone else, you know, giving them a good home and then opening up a tank for a fish you are interested in is the best thing you can do. These are the spotted Hillstream loach I got from Marcel. I bought 11 of them from him. I think one didn't make it, but I have 10. These are going to go in my rainbow fish river tank. So I've been fattening them up with baby brine shrimp. These guys are awesome. They're like freshwater stingrays. Love these guys. Very cool fish. We'll run up here on the guppy rack. So these are my black Moscow guppies. Looking really good. Got these on my website. These are my Blue Dragon Indo guppies. Still working on this line, but you can see the male is looking handsome. Look at that. So working on this line right now. Don't have a whole lot of them, obviously. I've had to pull out a lot of them that didn't look very good. So we'll see if they breed true. See, I think I might even have to pull this one out. Yeah, I see he's got like a bunch of red in his tail. He's not supposed to have that. So still working on that line. Hopefully it works out for us. Blue Galaxy guppies are on my website too. These guys are beautiful. Really enjoy these guys. Got some really nice trios in here. My 24 karat gold guppies are just looking sick. They're just looking awesome. I think I'm going to list these on the website soon. They weren't really quite big enough to sex, but they're getting bigger and bigger every day. And I mean, just look at how bright they are. They really pop. I mean, a whole tank of these would just look amazing. So really interested in seeing how those do on the website. I have a feeling they're going to sell very easily. I know they sell like hotcakes on eBay. These are my red chili dumbo ear guppies. Got some green water in this tank. It's the only tank I have that has green water in it. But green water is not a bad thing. Doesn't affect the health of the fish at all. And yeah, these guys are looking really good. Really loving the patterns on these guys. They're a lot like my red mosaic guppies. These are my best sellers. I had a ton of them, and I don't have a whole lot left anymore, which is a good thing. That means people are getting them. They're really enjoying them, and I have to make more now. So I'm going to be making more of these. If we move down here, these are, I know this tank doesn't look like it has anything, but these are my emerald rasporas. I have a very small group of these guys. I have a ton of fry growing up in my breeding rack. So I never really had a whole lot. Actually, funny story. How I ended up with these was I bought some celestial pearl danios from Aquahuna, and I got like, I think 2 or 3 in the bag. And then I just started breeding them. So I know this doesn't look like there's anything in here, but if I move this, you'll see I have a ton of CPDs. They're everywhere in there. Love these guys. Absolutely love these guys. So put this back without squishing anyone. Alright, next we have some Blair Eye rainbow fish, bred from that trio I have in the 90 gallon. My friend Steve gave me that trio to breed him some Blair Eye rainbow fish, and these guys are going to look like absolute stunners when they get bigger. They're already a decent size right now, and I gave Steve a ton of them, and these are what I have left, so I'll definitely keep some of these for myself, and then I will be selling these. Alright, moving on over is a present I got from Steve for Christmas. These are the Cali Moisey rainbow fish from Marcel. Just an awesome rainbow fish. If you're not familiar, Google it. Cali Moisey. Very, very beautiful fish. I don't know how big they get, but they're the Melitania species. Yeah, I haven't really seen these guys fully color up yet, and they're not gonna color up right now because it's 10 p.m. But these guys are really cool. I'm just trying to fatten them up, give them really good water quality, eventually breed them. But yeah, very thoughtful. Thank you, Steve, for the present. Love these guys. That was too kind. All right, next we have a bunch of Bosemani fry. This is all Bosemani rainbow fish. So I have a ton of these guys. I think I have 3 mops in here. I don't even know. But I mean, I have a few hundred Bosemani, and I'm having problems raising these guys up. I think I'm feeding them too much, because I think some of them are dying right after I feed them. And they'll kind of fall down to the bottom, and they'll have a giant stomach. So I think they're eating themselves to death. So I've been really trying to work on not giving them too much brine shrimp. I didn't think that was really a thing, but yeah, these guys have been a little challenging for me, and I don't know why. You can see they just have these basketball bellies. I mean, they're good eaters. Maybe they're too good of eaters. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys have anyone that breeds rainbow fish out there, have you ever had any problems like that? You ever have any rainbow fish that just eat too much and they end up eating themselves to death? Because, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's something else. But I feel like that happened with my last batch. So, be curious to hear your thoughts on that. In this tank, I have some red tuxedo platies. These guys are really cool. I really like these guys. They're like super chunky and orange. Currently treating them for a parasite, so I can't sell them just yet. But once they're clean, I will sell them. I don't sell unhealthy fish. See, this guy doesn't look too good. Probably have to cull him. He doesn't look good at all. But I mean, for the most part, they're very healthy. I just gotta get rid of this parasite that they have. And he's got a common pleco in here somewhere. I don't see him. Underneath that, we have some golden marble angelfish and some black marble angelfish fry. Haven't really culled them yet. Still kind of growing up. But they seem pretty healthy to me. They've got great little appetites. And I just love my angelfish. You know, that's what got this whole thing started. The mamas and papas of those fish are right here. So these are the fish that kind of started my whole aquarium hobby. I had some of these marble angelfish in a 90-gallon aquarium, and they started spawning. And honestly, that's what got me into this breeding hobby. Was I googled, you know, how do I raise angelfish? And that was about 3 years ago, and you know, it's obviously expanded since then. So you guys got it all started. Empty tank. These are the Rosario LaCourte Bosemani rainbow fish that Steve gave me. So these are the parents of all the Bosemani that I will have in stock. They are selectively bred to be very orange. Really good genetics, really beautiful fish. These were raised in an outdoor tub at Steve's house. Excuse the mess, but these are my gold rams that I raised from eggs. I'll be selling these guys soon. Recently did a video on this low-tech shrimp tank. One of our family friends who was a high school teacher gave this tank to us. It was in his classroom for a number of years, and a really beautiful tank, so very grateful for that. Thank you guys so much. I just love it. And now it's going to be a really cool Skittles shrimp tank. So this tank is the fry from the blue opaline gouramis that I bred. I don't have a ton of these guys, but I have a few, and they're actually putting on size really fast. And they just look really cool. Like, for fry, they already have a ton of color on them. So I'll be selling these guys on my website. I will warn you, they are a little aggressive when they start to mate. I've noticed they'll chase each other around. And honestly, I put the male and the female in this tank, and the female really got beat up by the male. I don't know if that's normal with gouramis. I've never bred them before. But, and I know not all gouramis are aggressive. These guys were a little aggressive, just to warn you, in my experience. Got some more Bosemani rainbow fish fry. You see the nice orange bellies they just ate. They're looking really healthy. Got my Blue Dream shrimp breeding tank. You can see that one female's buried. She's got a ton of eggs in her belly. So it's exciting to see that. I love seeing that. Got a couple shrimp in here I got to pull out. Having them in a 10-gallon tank is nice because I can see which ones are not up to par and I can take them out. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely growing. I'm feeding them every day. And these are pretty decent quality. At least I think so. You know, I'm not an expert shrimp grader, but I think they're good quality. And I have a lot more in a pond that we can look at too. This tank has a single blue Indo dragon guppy. I thought she was going to have a big drop. She hasn't dropped yet, so still waiting on that. These are the Snapper Creek Radnocentris ornatus. They're an ornate rainbow fish. I got these from Marcel. They're very scared. They hide in the back of the tank all the time. If I'm not down here, they're towards the front, but I think I'm going to be putting them in a planted tank. I think they will just like that better. Not a whole lot of cover in this tank. So I was just going to try to get some eggs out of them. And if I can get some eggs out of them, great. Because I'd like to keep this line going. And then maybe I'll put them in the 90-gallon. Maybe I'll put a small group in the 90-gallon, and I'll put another group in the new rainbow fish tank I'm going to be making. Next tank over is my false Julie Cory cats. These guys have their own tank finally. I'm going to be trying to breed them. They're a little spooked right now too. I did have a bunch of floating plants up here, and they all kind of died because it wasn't enough light. So I'm going to have to figure out another thing because I know they like the shade. And I mean, I feel bad they're all kind of hiding underneath the sponge filter. But they're really cool Cory cats. Nothing down in these tanks right now. This is actually just a giant air stone I use to circulate water. So that's just chugging away in there, if you're wondering what that is. My favorite way to breed guppies, these baskets. Drop the mama in here, and then you get a bunch of fry, and she can't eat them. Nothing in here right now. This tank needs to get cycled so that I can throw some mamas in here. Although it doesn't have to be cycled because they're only in here for a few days. So, not necessary. I'm a little hesitant to show you the fry system because it is so dirty. I haven't had time to clean it in a few days. I've been doing my normal water changes, but it is really dirty. Maybe I'll just give you a zoom in on how the emerald rasboras are doing. Yeah, I'm loving this system. I have a lot of luck with it, and it's very easy to kind of keep track of my fry. However, you know, I've been a little lazy, and it's not the cleanest. So I apologize. See, it's pretty dirty. Still getting really clean water in there every day, but obviously there's a lot of waste. So I need to fix that. Probably be getting up pretty early tomorrow to work on that. This tank has some Emerald Rasbora and Celestial Pearl Danio hybrids in it. I think I see one kind of poking his head out. Yeah, there's some hybrids in here. They're really cool. They've got the color of the Emerald Rasbora with the pattern of the CPD, and they've got the circular spot of an Emerald Rasbora. So they're kind of cool. Some of the Philippine blue angelfish that I've been raising are starting to get a little too big to ship. So these guys are past quarter size now. Just looking absolutely gorgeous. The light broke on this aquarium, so I got to get a new one. I had a little bit of a water incident, and it filled with water, and all I got is one green LED or a couple green LEDs. So I should probably unplug this actually, because it's probably a fire hazard. So let me just unplug it. So yeah, these guys aren't going to have light for a few days, but that's okay. So not sure what I'm going to do with these guys yet. I could still ship them. But yeah, bigger angelfish in the 40 gallon. Some dime and quarter size angels in this tank. Gonna be doing a water change on this tank tonight. A little bit of algae on the glass, but water's nice and clean. These guys are growing really well. Got more angels in the 60 gallon. I've got pretty much everything I need for this tank. This is gonna be my rainbow fish river tank. I got all my stones, I've got my filter, I've got my sand. I just don't have the time. So I'm trying to figure out when I'll have time to make this. Just been so busy lately. But yeah, I can't wait to make a river tank. I think you guys are gonna love it. I know I'm gonna love it. This tank has a lot of sentimental value, so stay tuned for that. So I took down my 100 gallon guppy tank. I'm gonna save that for outdoors. In the next couple months I'll be setting it back up when the weather warms up around here in Illinois. Just got a couple totes in here, and the first one is just shrimp. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to tell, but there is a ton of blue shrimp in there. I think you can see them, right? Yeah, they're down there. There's a ton of blue shrimp in there, and that's all that's in there. I'll probably throw some Endler guppies in there once I take a bunch of the blue shrimp out. All my white cloud mountain minnows are in this pond. It's kind of hard to see, but they're in there. Just some aqua soil as a substrate, nothing crazy. This tank doesn't have anything right now. Just some extra plants and some soil. Probably be resetting this one. So yeah guys, that was a quick update on what's going on in the fish room and the aquascapes. Very busy guy lately, and I'm just trying to keep the health of the fish good, and that's really my top priority. So if the tanks don't look good, that's why. I'm just focusing right now on just water changes. That's it. Water changes, high nutrition. Everything else is going to have to wait till I have a little more time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.